Hey, it's a whole new year, and I got a toy. I got this thing. Well, actually, that's the case for that thing. See, there it is. Insta360. I don't know how well it works. I'm gonna try it. I also got this wacky, like I got a selfie stick, and I got this weird unicorn mount thing to put on my bike. So I'm gonna do a little quick tool around and see if it works. No idea how well this microphone works. I guess I'm gonna find out. Wasn't planning on testing the low light stuff, but the sun's gonna set in about 10 minutes.
Sun's getting real low.
So maybe we'll get some dark shots, or maybe not. What about like this? I don't know. Let's find out. So here's the thing. I don't do New Year's resolutions. Resolution is I'm gonna do this for sure. We're gonna do it! And then when you have a day and you screw up, you're like, give up, I'm done. And then you're done. And then you don't do what you're gonna do. So, well, I don't do resolutions. However, I do set goals. And the year is a good time to do that, at the beginning of the year. So, some things that I set for myself, well, one of the things is I want to try and ride more miles this year than I did last year. Year before last, I rode 5,000 miles in the year. And then last year I only rode 4,000 miles, which is still a lot of miles for most people, but it was less than I'd done, so I was kind of annoyed. So this year I'm gonna try and go bigger. I'm gonna try and do 6,000 miles. Now, to do 6,000 miles, I have to ride a little under 16 and a half miles per day on an average. And today is January 6th, and I've only really ridden about 30 miles. I rode like 7 yesterday and 25.2 today. So 32 miles, which would be like 2 days worth of ride almost. And so if you do the math now, I have to average out, instead of just under 16 and a half miles a day, I have to average just over 16 and a half miles a day. It's doable, totally doable. I'm super early. I can do this thing. So that's my goal. You know, I wasn't actually going to ride today, but it's nice out and it's supposed to rain during the week, and I got 6,000 miles to ride. So let's get some in. Okay, so that's 22 miles. Hopefully I got something fun on the Goofy 360 cam deal. If I go at that rate, if I keep at this pace I'm going on this big chart right here, you can see that I'll get there by exactly this time. But that's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a different time because rain's coming. And cold and days when I don't ride. But if I stay on this path right here when I'm where I am, then I'll end up at this time. I will get there. Now it's January 21st, and by this time I'm supposed to have somewhere around 330 miles, something like that, ridden. 230. No, I don't remember. Hold on. By this time, if I'm going to ride 6,000 miles, on average, I should have about 330 miles already ridden. I'm just a little bit behind that, but I kind of knew that was going to happen. January is rainy and wet and cold and stuff, and I'm a big weakling who gets wet and gets sad and gets cold and gets sad.
I'm cold and there are wolves after me.
So I don't ride in that time, but did bump me up a little bit. So now instead of just under 17 miles a day, I have to do just over 17 miles a day. But it's going to go up.
Going up.
It's going to go up because it's still cold and it'll still be wet and stuff. But in the summer, we'll make it up. Honest. Okay. Oh, another problem we have is that because it's been wet, my usual places I ride out by the river,
Down by the river.
and out by the reservoir are almost certainly full of mud. So I don't want to go ride them because I'll just end up carrying my bike, and that's not fun. So I'm gonna go tool around for 20 miles or so and see what we get. So here's the deal. This is my school. It's where I work. Hello. And the power's been out in my room for a week and a half. And I teach digital media, so that's kind of a challenge. And they're supposed to be running new cable right now. But if you look at the school, nobody's here. So I'm dubious. I don't think I'm gonna have power on Monday. You know, Elvis was a hero to most.
We can heal the world with the bicycle. We can save the world with the bicycle. We can heal ourselves with the bicycle. We can save ourselves with the bicycle. We can heal the world with the bicycle. We can save the world with the bicycle. We can heal ourselves with the bicycle. We can save ourselves with the bicycle. You ask me how we could save up the nature by riding only two. We call it this idea culture. Must believe bicycles so full of power. Changing this system, riding mile and kilometer. You ask me.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
I wish all crosswalk buttons looked like this. They also convert piano rolls to wax cylinders. It is January 28th, and I did not check any numbers, and I did not do any recording along the way, so this is going to be generic report. I rode this many miles today, and I had to ride that many miles today. So that means I actually have a difference of this much, and if that changed my average, I have to ride now from tomorrow from this to that. Wow. If I were to ride the number of miles I rode today, which was that, I think, every day without stopping, like every day I didn't have a break, then I'd be done on that date right there. Wow. All right, that's January. If I were going to do this evenly, I would have ridden 500 miles by now this month. I rode 132 and change. So a little behind, but it's the first month. Whatever. Catch up. I have to ride now an average of like 17.4 miles a day. It's not going to happen for a while, so that number's going to go up. But whatever, it'll happen. We're going to do it. February, shorter month, but I plan to do more miles. And if I do that every time, by the end, I could have 12 billion miles. So that's my goal. Bye.